Or more like a sucker pinata.
Frittata.
As the saga continues, did Nathan achieve the ultimate transformation? This time on the Horselick Review. I don't remember, dude.
Yeah. Horselick Review number 8. Episode 8. Yes. So how y'all doing? How y'all feeling?
Doing all right, man. We just brought Michael back so like we can kill him in front of you and you can achieve the ultimate transformation.
Well,
I'm okay with that.
go ahead. Finish him off. So, let's get started.
That didn't happen.
Oh, well.
That didn't happen.
That didn't happen at all.
I can't come to this ASMR.
All right, I'll start out today with the articles.
Dude, that just reminded me of that shitty call when Jesse Ventura was doing wrestling commentary. He couldn't get a word in for a second. He's like, I'll talk now. It's like, what the fuck?
Who was he with?
Gorilla Monsoon, which was weird because Gorilla Monsoon doesn't really cut people off. It was more like, there's a headlock.
All right. Of course, the first story I'm going to start with is a heartwarming story. Did y'all hear about the whole big Tetris thing? The 13-year-old kid?
Yes, I did, but pretend I didn't.
Okay.
I
Well, an Oklahoma teenager.
I didn't know he was from Oklahoma. That's new news.
He's from Oklahoma.
it's important.
His name is Willis Gibson. He streams Tetris a lot.
How's this piece-
Anyway, people have been chasing this record. They found out that, like, obviously a while back that Tetris...
Is beatable? Because I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is beatable. But, like, what was it? There's like, first it was like they found that using techniques they could get past, like, for the longest time, it was like level 29 or somewhere in there. I don't remember exactly. People can correct me or whatever. I don't care. But it was like level 29. They thought it was as far as you could get until people started developing new techniques with the controller and how you use your hands to move pieces super fast. And, like, well, then people just kept setting higher and higher records, getting further and further. Well, then they found out that the code starts, like, kind of like breaking down in the game as you get further and further. Mm-hmm. And there's, like, it starts kind of like glitching. The colors start getting off. And, like, this guy did all the mathematics, like, figuring out. And so they figured out that there's a kill screen. And after a certain level, he was at, like, level 157. I think it actually happens at, like, 153 or something like that, when you can do it, but you have to just do it with, like, I think making one line. You can't do multiple lines, or you have to wait and try it again when I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but that's in a nutshell.
So it's not supposed to be beatable.
No,
It
but
just
this is like a
is.
kill screen. Yeah, and, like, this kid, he did it on stream, and there was actually another streamer who's had several records already in
But
Tetris.
not this one.
Not this one. And he was trying to do it at the same time. But it's really cool because it's like, unlike some communities that I've been part of in video games, where it's pretty toxic at times, the Tetris...
No, not video games, dude.
But the Tetris community, it's like they all seem really cool. Like, the guy was trying to beat the record before this kid, but then they're like... Somebody on his stream was like, hey, he's about to do it. And he's like, oh, is he? And he, like, goes over, and you see him in the video, like, clicking over to his stream, like, watching him to see if he gets it, because he'd been trying for, like, 4 hours that day to try to get it. And, like, it was just really cool, because this 13-year-old kid, he, like, freaks out.
11-year-old. Put some respect. Didn't you say 11?
No, he's 13.
Oh, okay. Well, you said 11 originally, I swear.
It's not as impressive, but
It's still impressive.
impressive.
Very impressive.
Oh, puberty got him over that hill.
But, yeah, so it's pretty awesome. He set a new record. It's going to be really hard to beat. And then they figured out that, like, using AI to perfectly play the game, that it's pretty cool. It gets to, like, level 256, and, like, all the colors, and it's something like that, 256, somewhere in there. And, like, all the colors of the pieces are blood red, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
And, like, it's like the last level. If you beat that level, the game resets to 0. Kind of like... So
that's what I'm
So we need what you're saying is we need a more perfect AI so it can get to level 666 and unlock the gates to hell.
no, it only goes 256.
That's like, oh, dude, that would be that's how you reboot Hellraiser. You get to the level 666 in Tetris, and then the Cenobites kill you.
There's a Tetris kill screen. if
Another
you're
thing was
interested.
funny. I saw also this British reporter, which I didn't get it. She was reporting about this kid doing it,
Yeah.
breaking the record. It was, and like a lot of people said, it was like important enough for them to cover. But then she like kind of insults him afterwards, saying like, "Go outside and get some sun. That's not. It's not a life goal. That's not a life goal."
Yeah, that's...
And it's like, fuck you. You know what I mean, bitch?
I did hear about that. What
It's just Tetris.
that's some cunty shit. It's like, no one else has done
Kid
it.
puts his mind to this, just like,
Yeah.
you know.
This is one of the oldest video games ever, and apparently no one knew that you could beat it. This kid did.
So yeah, we will recognize Willis Gibson and congratulate him.
I mean,
Because it's awesome.
I'll acknowledge his achievement, but if I saw him in a lineup, I probably wouldn't recognize
Well, here he
him.
is. Look at him real quick. Looks like a normal 13-year-old nerd, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I know. I probably still wouldn't be able to pick him out of a lineup.
Michael, do you disagree?
I disagree.
All right, what's next?
All right, this is a very short story, and it reads like a public interest piece or like a stupid soft news piece. So I'm going to read it like a newscaster. New Jersey police chase down pig named Albert Einswine. December 6th, from UPI. Police in New Jersey engaged in a brief foot chase, or should I say hoof chase, with an unusual fugitive, a pig named Albert Einswine. The Deptford Township Police Department said in a Facebook post that officers responded to the Tanyard Road and Brenner Drive area on a report of a loose pig. Sounds like my husband. I don't know. I'm doing this as a female newscaster.
Well, you don't have to be.
Yeah, well,
You could be a gay newscaster.
that's true. Either way. A video shared by the department shows an officer chasing the pig into the road while trying to get a rope around the animal's neck. Sounds like my husband. We're all friends here, an officer tells the pig in the footage.
So did they catch him?
The department said 4-year-old Albert Einswine was found to have escaped from the News Sharon section of Deptford Township. I'll read the quote as the guy now. Sometimes the jokes just write themselves, the Facebook post said. Albert was returned to his owner. That's
You
the end of
notice,
that.
like, the past, like, several episodes, we've had a lot of escaped animal stories.
Well, dude, I had a bunch of animal stories on purpose, but we left them off the last time. But yeah, I think Michael's hitting on something. They're
Revolution.
revolting. Yeah,
It's a revolution.
Planet of the Pigs.
Okay, well, my next one's about a little animal.
The voice has gotten infectious.
My next one's about a sweet little animal. This comes from NPR on November 30th. It's kind of an older story, but
But it still checks
holy moly. Get it? Like a mole. Holy moly. You know,
come on.
moles. You know, they dig in
Yeah.
the ground.
out. With that type of humor, you should be doing the newscaster voice.
Well, anyway.
Also accepted guacamole.
I thought it was cool because this a sniffer dog, apparently, he helped rediscover a rare mole. I guess he's been hasn't been seen in 90 years, so I'm pretty sure they kind of probably figured he was extinct. But yeah, this dog sniffed him out, and it says scientists in South Africa have rediscovered 11 D. Winton's golden moles, which haven't been seen since 1936.
Who the hell is D. Whitten? Is he the guy who originally?
D. Winton. I don't know.
Is he the guy who originally discovered these moles?
I guess
And
so.
he said they've been missing.
They were
since,
his. They're his.
They've been missing since when?
Oh, 1936.
So when
They
were they
haven't seen
discovered?
them.
When were they discovered? And D. Whitten did like D. Whitten take them all away?
Hey, man.
Are they like the Dwemer? Did he hit the heart of
Hey, man.
Lincoln
I
and
didn't.
banish them all to
I didn't
oblivion?
dive. I didn't dive that deep into this.
You gotta
okay?
get that. We gotta get on this.
I mean,
This is a mystery.
yeah, it said it was a very exciting project with many challenges. Esther Matthews, senior field officer with Endangered Wildlife Trust, said in a statement. Luckily, we had a fantastic team full of enthusiasm and innovative ideas, which is exactly what you need when you have to survey up to 18 kilometers of dune habitat in a day.
You know what my innovative idea is? I think they haven't been seen since 1936. I think these are the shadowy bosses behind the animal uprising that Michael just figured out.
So they're using DNA, and they had this dog
And
this dog sniffing for these moles. So they were out there intentionally trying to find him. And boy, did they get lucky.
They had sex with the moles? That's gross.
11 of them.
Ew.
They inserted all of them into their anal cavities, and now they're extinct. Next story.
All right. From livescience.com. Yeti hair found in Himalayas is actually from a horse, BBC series reveals.
Who would have thought?
Which is great that it says the BBC series revealed it, because I bet they drug that shit out for 6 episodes.
Was it in the Himalayas, you said?
Yep. DNA from a supposed abominable snowman came from a horse, but that doesn't mean stories of the Yeti passed on by local people aren't important. Andrew Benefield, a writer and meditation teacher, has spent years looking for the Yeti with his skeptical friend and political analyst Richard Horsey. That sounds like a fucking fake name, but alright.
Richard Horsey?
Yeah, so essentially Dick Horsey.
It's from him. Dick Horsey is his hair.
It was Horsey's hair.
it's Dick Horsey's hair.
Dick Horsey.
The pair traveled through India, Myanmar, Nepal, and Bhutan, listening to stories about the legendary creature, and eventually making, quote, Yeti, a BBC Radio 4 series about their search.
See, was this, they found this. This is something they supposedly found in the wild. This isn't one of the things that the monks have in the monastery.
Oh, no. But, yeah, they should test that because...
They won't allow anybody.
That's
because that one guy, I don't even remember when, that explorer guy that came there, he stole that hand.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that shit? You heard about that? He stole that hand from them, and they've never allowed anybody to touch any of this stuff since. Any of it.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Like, I remember when that Josh Gates guy used to watch, you ever watch, what was it called? Destination Truth?
Yeah.
On Sci-Fi?
He's had a few...
Well, when he was on Destination Truth, I loved that show just because the way that it was structured and the way they did it. It wasn't just people like, just everything they're after. You know how some shows are like that. All these people are like true believers no matter what it is. And they just, everything they hear, everything they see, it's what they're looking for. You know what I mean?
Or the people who are really annoying and try to bro up to the ghosts.
Yeah.
The ghosts! You want to fight?
But he asked him, he begged him if he could just like take a hair off the, they have the skull cap. It's supposedly the scalp of one or some shit. And they wouldn't even give him a hair. But anyway, sorry. Continue.
That sounds like an insult. I wouldn't even give you a Yeti. I would give you a Yeti's hair. The series finished on a cliffhanger in June. A mysterious hair supplied by an unnamed source awaiting DNA analysis.
Dick Horsey.
Who supplied? Yeah, it must be. A bonus episode published October 20th has now revealed the hair came from a horse. Benefield told Live Science the result didn't feel good. After 3 years of searching, a horse was about as boring as we could get, Benefield said. I assume they're British if it was for the BBC. But the DNA analysis doesn't invalidate the series or the stories of the people they spoke to, according to the pair. Well, maybe not the stories of the people, but it kind of invalidates the series' claim, I guess. Tales of an ape-like creature roaming the Himalayas date back centuries. Western interest in the Yeti, or abominable snowman, took off in the early 1950s after British mountaineer Eric Shipton returned from Everest with photos of giant footprints. Subsequent investigations led by Westerners failed to find any scientific evidence of the creature's existence. Having worked in international development, Benefield didn't like that local accounts of the Yeti were dismissed just because white explorers hadn't found one. I mean, that's fair. He was also reassured by a Sir David Attenborough interview filmed in 2013 in which Attenborough said he thinks there might be something in the abominable snowman mystery. Attenborough doesn't take part in the new radio series.
Well, what's really interesting about all the Yeti and Bigfoot stuff and Red Man of China and, I mean, all the different versions, is all these places have fucking stories of these things. There's a story of one in Vietnam, and all they have is small monkeys. There are no great apes in Vietnam at all. And I think Josh Gates went there too.
I think those small apes in Vietnam are pretty great.
They're monkeys.
Yeah, I think
they don't have any apes at all.
Still, those monkeys are pretty great.
I don't think so.
I disagree.
We need that. Yeah, there we go. That's the tiebreaker.
But yeah, like Josh Gates, I think with that Destination Truth show, went to the Vietnam and was trying to find that one too. He found footprints, and
I remember
one
that.
Footprint,
I do
one
remember
footprint.
that.
But like he talked about how hard it would be to track something like that there because it stays wet and leaves always falling, and like rain washing shit away constantly. But it's all very interesting to me. They didn't discover. There was like one type of fucking chimpanzee they didn't discover until the 90s that was just, not far from civilization. So, I mean, it's not at all impossible.
Well, we're discovering new, like, species of animals all the time, dude. And with, like, is it LiDAR? Where they're discovering all those, like, lost cities in the Amazon?
Yeah, and then there's like the, where is it? Cambodia?
Mm.
All those lost cities in Cambodia, and, like, there's so much shit, man. Like,
But doesn't Bigfoot make YouTube videos and play saxophone?
that's Sasquatch.
That's all the proof I need.
Yeah.
Sasquatch is amazing.
An international treasure. Benefield, but anyway, I guess. Benefield set out in 2019 to hear firsthand stories of the Yeti and invited Horsey, I just like saying that sentence, invited Horsey, who has a PhD in cognitive psychology, to join him. If I could convince him, I knew I was onto something, Benefield said.
And that's when Horsey planted his hair.
The BBC became involved in 2022, just before the duo headed to Bhutan. And the Sakteng Wildlife Sanctuary, a 286-mile, 740 square kilometer national park established in part to protect the Magoi, or Yeti, according to the Daily Bhutan. Here, Horsey finally gets a story that shakes his skepticism, and Benefield acquires the purported Yeti hair. I want to...
See, this is the problem with it, too, is all these people faking shit. It makes the whole community around it look like a bunch of fucking dumbasses.
I'm not sure they were faking it, though, because it seems
somebody did.
That's true. But I don't think these two were probably faking it if they're literally going around to try to talk to the locals.
Right. I mean, there's too many people, Sherpas and all kinds of stuff there that have seen something. And the monks have stories. What do the monks have to gain? That's what's always made me kind of believe is what do they have to gain from it at all?
Nothing.
The stories of them like doing their chants and stuff like that, and them the Yetis coming to the windows of the monastery and like screaming at them in through the windows and shit, and like.
Well, see, that's what I like. That's what I don't understand. Are the Yetis antagonistic toward them then?
The Yetis, if you're gonna like, of all the Bigfoot and the Yeti and all those exist, yeah, Yeti seems like it's a lot more aggressive and like. Yeah, seems a lot more aggressive. Whereas Bigfoot and Sasquatch cases, it's always like trying to slip off out of sight, or
but not always, man. Like you hear about the Bigfoot in Canada, and sometimes you hear about like them attacking cabins and shit.
Yeah, and throwing rocks to get you to leave.
Yeah,
shit like that.
Sometimes it sounds like they've got like murderous intent, but then sometimes you hear about them and it's like they're supposed. I don't know. Maybe they're just as very.
Have you watched Exist yet?
No.
Oh my God, you got to watch it. Sorry.
No, I'll check it out.
It's about a Bigfoot. It's a found footage film.
And
it's about a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want me. Because I'm not going to give you like the reason why, but like it's like they're driving to go stay in this cabin, and it's these two guys' uncle's old cabin. We go out in the middle of nowhere. He went to like hunt. And he took them to hunt all the time, and they're going to go stay there. Well, come to find out, he doesn't know that they're going out there, and he doesn't want them to go out there anymore because he saw something that scared the shit out of him, and he's never been back, and he told them he didn't want to go in there, so they didn't tell him. You find that later, which is kind of, I mean, it's not really a spoiler, but anyway, this fucking, it's a horror movie with a Bigfoot, and it is like, it's fucking cool, dude. It's fun as hell, and it's like the reasoning behind why, and like, it's attacking them and shit, and like, oh, it's good. Just watch it.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's better than the Bobcat Goldthwait horror Bigfoot movie.
I'm not usually a big fan of found footage movies, but my absolute favorite one is Troll. Like,
oh, that one's great.
So is this
found footage done good? Well, they're good still. I think.
I know, but
if they do it right,
there's not a lot of them that are done well. So is this as good, on par with Troll, better, in the ballpark?
Oh, on par. In my opinion, on par.
Okay.
Troll's obviously is a lot more grandiose because of all the different trolls and stuff.
But it builds, man.
And it builds, yeah. And this builds because it just keeps, it's slowly like, it's like doing some of the normal, like, typical, like, reported Bigfoot kind of stuff in the beginning. And they're hearing it. And like, but then it starts like more and more aggressive and like then attacking and coming after them and like, and then they're having to try to like escape from it. And it's like, it's cool as hell. You'll like it.
So yeah, we can either cut this story off here, or there's a couple more paragraphs, and it talks about who they took the DNA to and who matched it to.
Man, fuck it. We know it's horsehair. We know it's Horsey's hair. So
well, to be precise, let's at least do that part. What the fuck was it? It matched Altai horses, a mountain breed from Asia.
Huh.
Now let's end it.
Okay. Sounds good to me. My next one is video game news. And you'll be excited, Jake, but you might not be as excited as me and Michael, because me and Michael were like Sega babies. Big time Sega babies. So, but Sega has announced not only they had the big commercial. You might have saw the ad. They did it like an old school, like Genesis and Dreamcast style commercial. And but they announced they're going to be like, apparently they're going to be releasing like new games. They're not like remakes. I don't think anything's a remake. There's like sequels and like new games of old IPs. There's like Crazy Taxi, Golden Axe, Jet Set Radio, Shinobi, and a Streets of Rage game.
Nice.
And then the end of the commercial was awesome. Like they did it all playing out, and they were showing clips. The Shinobi, you have a chance to check it out, dude. The Shinobi looks cool. Clips of that. The Streets of Rage looks pretty good. It's just, it's really going to be hard to go up against Streets of Rage 4 because that game is so good.
Yeah.
But like, it looks great. And then at the end, they do the whole Sega, the whole thing, like old school commercial. And the Sega's in the guy's eye and his pupil or whatever. But that, and then, so I'm super excited about that shit because I can't wait. And no telling when they're coming. But then also I've noticed that these are just some little side notes because it has to do with Sega as well. Sega has been like has been like partnering with like these different companies, like electronics companies, and like this one. But Anki, they make
Donkey Kong?
no Onkyo Direct, Onkyo Direct. But anyway, you can order these. It's just you're gonna have to get the page translated and ads go away. But yeah, they're making like earbuds with the cases that look like Mega Drives or Sega Genesis, and like the earbuds have like 16-bit and shit on them, and then one looks like Dreamcast. And all this stuff is cool, but none of it is cheap. I don't remember how much these. I think these are $100 and something a pair. But then the crazy one is this, and with Anicorn, I've never heard of them. Anicorn watches. Apparently, they make nice watches. They're making these 3 different versions of the Genesis or Mega Drive. The American Genesis version. Then there's the, this is just showing the Genesis, but there's there it is. The Japanese Mega Drive version and then the European Mega Drive. And these freaking watches, anybody wants to look at them, anachrome/watches.com. Or Anicorn, I mean, sorry. $800 a piece. I'm just like, it's cool Sega's doing this shit.
Yeah.
And it was something if I was going to wear a watch, I would wear something like that. But like, I don't usually wear a watch because they bother me.
But as a Sega boy, I disagree with the price.
Yes. The price is freaking crazy. Like, that is such a niche market. I feel like, who's gonna buy that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know, man. Call me like when they have like Sega eye drops with nanotechnology in it.
that makes your eyes look like Sega.
No, and I can play and I can play Sonic by blinking.
That
It
would
just
be awesome.
projects instantly into my brain.
Or drops that make you look like that guy in the new ad, and you have like Sega written across your eyeball.
Yeah, and I'm playing Sega the whole time.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm looking right at you, but I'm
Naked.
I'm not wearing clothes. You'll never know. I'll never know.
I would get hit in traffic if that shit was real.
Oh yeah, you'd walk right into traffic. I would too, on purpose.
I was just playing Sonic.
What do you got next?
Another one from livescience.com. Haunting mermaid mummy from Japan is a gruesome monkey fish hybrid with
I've seen
dragon
that.
claws. New scans reveal. So, man,
Dragon claws? What kind of dragon?
What the fuck is a monkey fish?
It's monkey hyphen fish. So I
Yeah,
guess,
they
like-
took a monkey and they attached its torso to a fish.
Yeah, you see a picture here. It's pretty
That's probably the one I've seen.
terrifying.
Yeah?
Oh, let me see. Oh, yeah, that's the one I've seen.
Scientists have scanned the mummified remains of a supposed mermaid from Japan. The initial results suggest it is a horrifying mix of fish, monkey, and lizard parts.
That's the one I yanked it to the other night.
A mysterious... nice.
Yeah, me going.
A mysterious, malevolent-looking mermaid mummy that was brought back from the U.S. from Japan to the U.S. from Japan more than 100 years ago. Oh, yeah, 100 years ago.
How do they know it was malevolent?
It looks malevolent.
Oh.
Years ago appears to be a mix of fish, monkey, and lizard parts that have been joined together like Frankenstein's monster. Initial scan suggests. So it was 100 years ago, first of all, so that was back in the time of traveling circuses. So the dude probably had, look at this horrible monkey, look at this mermaid. It's not parts of animals that I've glued together, I assure you. Give me a nickel and you can look at it as long as you want. That's probably how that went down.
Yeah.
But anyway, the haunting mummy, which is around 11.5 inches, 29 centimeters long, is known as the Fiji mermaid due to its similarities with the object of the same name, supposedly acquired from Fiji by controversial showman P.T. Barnum in the 1840s. Yeah, I was fucking right then.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it went down. All right, give me a nickel and you can look at it as long as you want.
We're short on funds? Well, go get...
The elephants aren't performing. Beat them harder.
Go get Bobo back there. They killed him and cut him in half and sewed him to a fish.
Dig into my exotic animal parts, kill some of those horses, make some glue, and glue those together. New exhibit.
Anyway, the mummy was purchased in Japan by an American naval officer who donated it to the Clark County Historical Society in Springfield, Ohio in 1906. Documents supplied to the society with the mummy suggest it dates back to the mid-1800s. Documents that fucking P.T. Barnum probably wrote. Probably filled with racial slurs.
I got this from a dusky Egyptian fella.
Oh, yeah.
Said it was cursed.
No doubt.
Now, for the first time, researchers have investigated the mermaid's identity by carrying out X-ray and CT scans on the disheveled remains. Quote, this allowed us to see the mummy in almost every dimension, in the hopes to see what was inside it. Projector leader Joseph Kress, a radiographer in Northern Kentucky University, told Live Science. Hell yeah, Northern Kentucky radiographer. Fuck yeah, let me see that fish monkey thing. All right. I was thinking I was going to see some hooks or dicks in it. The initial investigation found that the mummy appears to be made from the head and torso of a monkey sewed onto the decapitated body of a fish, while the mermaid's hands are the clawed legs from a lizard, most likely a Komodo dragon. Whoa! Alright, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Somebody had to fucking kill a Komodo dragon to make this thing. Crest told
Probably a
Live Science.
ninja.
Yeah.
Circus ninja.
Sent by P.T. Barnum.
Circus ninjas.
I've trained one of my midgets here to stalk Komodo dragons and kill them.
I have 3.
Scans also revealed a pair of wooden stakes inside the remains. One
them
running
together.
from head to tail and another across the shoulder blades, which were presumably added to keep the creature intact. Kress and then Nathan said...
I didn't say shit.
You just said it was used to hold it together.
Oh,
You were right. That
I
just
did say
confirmed
that.
it.
But I didn't say shit.
No, you didn't say shit until you said shit twice. The researchers are currently trying to reconstruct a more detailed model of the mermaid and its individual parts from their scans. Once the models are complete, the team plans to send them to zoos and aquariums to help identify the components on the species level. Why? You know it's fake. Why do you care?
Well, it's just like that in Mexico recently, that guy supposedly brought alien mummies he'd made out of chicken bones and brought it to the freaking government hearing about aliens. Like they weren't going to test them.
Wasn't that the Mexican government?
Yeah.
But this is not the only mummified mermaid to have undergone intensive scans recently.
Recently?
In March 2022, researchers analyzed a similar specimen that was unearthed in a hidden box in a Japanese temple. Researchers initially expected that this mermaid, which was 12 inches, 30.5 centimeters long, and dates to the mid-1700s, was also a monkey-fish hybrid. But subsequent scans this February revealed that the mummy was predominantly made from cloth, paper, and cotton. How the fuck would you... Never mind.
Now, somebody was really artistic,
painted with sand. Well, yeah, because painted with sand and charcoal and held together by metal pins. Various animal parts, including mammal hair and fish skin, were stuck to the outside of the doll. What, dude? A doll fooled people into at least thinking it was animal parts. That's
Yeah, just
That's
imagine
cra-
like paper mache with hair painted.
that's craftsmanship, dude.
That's real. I've seen it.
Wow, dude, that 1700s Japanese origami is next level, apparently. But
I mean, I believe it.
both mermaids most closely resemble ningyo, mythical fish-like creatures with human heads. In Japanese mythology, a woman is fabled to have lived for 800 years after eating one of these fictional beasts, and so the creature became a symbol of longevity. It is therefore likely that fishers made the cryptid concoctions to sell them to wealthy people seeking to prolong their lives.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what I was about to say. That's what they were doing. That's definitely what they were doing.
That's awesome. Well, whatever. If you're fleecing rich people, I'm.
Well,
down
the
with
Japanese myths they made me think of the kappa. I always love the stories of the kappa.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that steals children out
Yeah.
of the rivers and shit. The turtle-like thing, demon
it.
thing.
Oh yeah. And that's it for that one.
Okay, well, I have this one. This one won't take long. I just thought it was funny. Pierce Brosnan, this is from NPR.
Sold already.
Pierce Brosnan faces charges
Oh.
after allegedly walking in Yellowstone's thermal areas. So, you know, people are getting fucking arrested for that all the time lately. I've seen so many articles of people in Yellowstone walking around by the geysers and like not where they're not supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like where you can, be roasted. Boiled
like,
alive,
I've
pretty
heard
much.
like
stories
clearly
of people
signed?
getting roasted.
Yeah.
Were there like clearly signs, or did he think I'm fucking Pierce Brosnan? Those signs.
It
don't
says
apply to
actor
me.
Pierce Brosnan could be facing possible jail time after allegedly walking in Yellowstone National Park's hydrothermal areas in violation of federal law, according to court documents.
Oh, Pierce Brosnan will walk. He's too sexy to go to prison.
Yeah, a representative for the 70-year-old Brosnan, who is best known for his stint as James Bond in films in the 1990s, which I guess, I remember him for a lot of cooler parts, really.
Oh yeah, what was it? Remington Steele? Is that what you remember him from?
Yes, Mr. Doubtfire.
I thought you were gonna say Remington Steele.
How about no, it wasn't. Who was the guy? For a second, I was thinking, the frickin' Simon Pegg movie where he's a cop. Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz,
At
yeah.
first, he's not the villain in that. That's the other guy who played
Dalton?
Timothy Dalton that played.
Dude, how do you get Timothy Dalton and Pierce Brosnan?
No, I was thinking Pierce. I wasn't getting them confused. I just thought that was a movie Pierce Brosnan was in. I was like, no, that was Timothy Dalton. But some of the Western stuff Brosnan has done has been pretty
I want to see
good.
Bone Tomahawk. I still haven't watched that.
But let's see. Anyway, yeah, you're not supposed to walk there. And they've injured or killed more people in Yellowstone than any other natural feature. More than 20 people have died after entering or accidentally falling into Yellowstone's hot springs. The temperatures get over 150 degrees.
Yeah, it's supposed to like liquefy you.
It says, still a number of visitors to the park, like allegedly Brosnan, violate this law when they visit Yellowstone. Some incidents leading to serious injury or even death. Going back, so yeah, I don't know. Somebody turn him in.
Are we sure he's not really James Bond and he was looking for like a secret lair under the geyser and maybe he was going to save the world and now they've doomed us all?
Yep. Yes.
There's signs everywhere. There's warnings. There's guidelines. But anyway, this story reminds me going back to Bigfoot because I remember seeing some like supposed Bigfoot footage of somebody seeing it's footage of some kind of thing walking like in Yellowstone area past the geysers and it looks like a big ass, some kind of animal walking on two legs. This Pierce Brosnan reminded me of that. He reminded me of Bigfoot. Let him off.
Let him go.
Let him go. He didn't mean it. It's okay.
He's Remington Steele!
Yes. He was the love interest of Robin Williams' ex-wife in Mrs. Doubtfire.
He was in that bad Percy Jackson movie.
And they're already redoing on Disney Plus. They're redoing those. That's funny. Anyway, go ahead. I'm done with it. Pierce Brosnan broke the
All
law.
right. In horrifying... In horrifying, makes you want to scream existential news, scientists grew mini brains from stem cells. Then the brains sort of developed eyes.
Oh,
is
God.
that headline. Mini brains grown in a lab from stem cells spontaneously developed rudimentary eye structures, scientists reported in a fascinating paper in 2021. So, first of all, before I go any further, this just makes me more horrified of that philosophical brain in a jar thing. Like, how do we know we're not just brains in jars hallucinating reality. Because, apparently we're making brains in jars.
Yeah, can we not do that? Don't do that.
On tiny human-derived brain organoids grown in dishes, 2 bilaterally symmetrical optic cups were seen to grow, mirroring the development of eye structures in human embryos. The incredible result will help us to better understand the process of eye differentiation and development, as well as eye diseases. Quote, our work highlights the remarkable ability of brain organoids to generate primitive sensory structures that are light-sensitive and harbor cell types similar to those found in the body. Said neuroscientist J. Gopalakrishnan
Whoa.
of University Hospital Dusseldorf in Germany. Quote, these organoids can help to study brain-eye interactions during embryo development, model congenital retinal disorders, and generate patient-specific retinal cell types for personalized drug testing and transplantation therapies. Brain organoids are not true brains, or so they say, as you might be thinking of them. They are small three-dimensional structures grown from induced pluripotent stem cells, cells harvested from adult humans and reverse engineered into stem cells that have the potential to grow into many different types of tissue.
How many of those do you think that German doctor has in his basement?
I don't know.
Bullshit, I know what a brain is. It's brain.
He's got enough to come in, I'm sure.
That just reminds me of, I was about 2 days ago, I learned of an actual thing that can happen with, you know how when, talk about when twins, and a twin will absorb the other twin sometimes in the womb? Well, did you know there's a very rare occasion to where the twin will absorb one twin, and then the twin will grow inside the other one's body and turn into like a parasite, feeding off them like a host, and it'll be a little person, but it's like feeding off. There's a 7-year-old boy in a story I just heard the other day about that. He had pain in his stomach. He complaining to his mom. He felt something moving in his stomach. And she didn't believe him. She thought he was just like faking or blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, he saw the doctor at school, and I can't remember what country this is in, but the doctor like told him he needed to go to the hospital once he like checked him out. Yeah. And they cut him open, and there was like a sack. And when they cut the sack open, there was like a little fucking embryo in there. And it was like feeding off of him like a parasite.
My brother's an asshole.
It's like reminded me of the Dark Half.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And they cut it out before it reached its final form.
I just picture it looking like one of those little tiki men. Those little wooden tiki men you buy when you go into like somewhere.
3
Mexico,
more weeks
wherever.
and I would have had a mustache. I wanted to twirl it when I first saw daylight.
How do you recover from that? Like,
I don't know. That kid's probably fucked up now.
yeah.
That's crazy.
It's like, leave me alone. I had a dude inside me.
And then monster tumors.
Monster tumors.
You heard of those?
I don't think so.
Bigger
All right,
teeth
enlighten
and-
me. What's going on?
Monster tumors were like, I can't remember their technical name, but they also call them monster tumors. But they will grow, and they grow on top of like, it's like the, I don't know the scientific shit, but anyway, it like doesn't realize like whatever the cells or whatever growing, they're on these other cells. They don't realize that they just keep developing, but but they're developing on a tumor, and then so the tumor will like grow hair and sometimes have teeth or an eyeball.
Yeah, I've seen a picture of that.
And
It's horrifying.
they'll take them out, and like sometimes they get mistaken for those type of twins, but they find that they don't have a spinal cord or whatever in them, so they're not the same thing. But anyway, like it's just I learned some really freaky shit I didn't know about in the past couple of days, and it's kind of scarred me.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have a nightmare about that. It's in me.
I saw a picture of one with like 2 teeth and a bunch of hair on it. It was pretty gross.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of that.
Any more about the brains? Sorry.
I mean, there is, but people can check this out for themselves. I'm not going to go into it. They essentially justify it more like, oh, these things don't have consciousness, or
We can use them to research and help people. This one Michael will really love. The largest male
disagree.
specimen of world's most venomous spider found in Australia. The deadly Sydney funnel web spider, dubbed Hercules, was found on the Central Coast, reported by Sky News. and was initially given to a local hospital, but has now found a new home at the Australian Reptile Park where it will help save lives.
It's Spider-Man, essentially?
He's a spider, and he's going to save lives. He's the most venomous spider in the world, and the largest male of his species ever found. But he has decided to help people.
Yeah, he's a stand-up guy.
I mean, look at him. He's beautiful. You want to sleep with that?
No.
But, yeah, dubbed Hercules, the spider measured 7.9 centimeters or 3.1 inches from foot to foot, surpassing the park's previous record holder from 2018, a male funnel web spider named Colossus. And Hercules was quoted saying, "Fuck Colossus. I'm the main man now."
Well, I just thought that, having the strength to kill a man wasn't really strength at all, but having the strength to save a man was true strength.
Unlike Colossus. Colossus killed 15 men while he was here. I'm going to save those men.
Hercules.
I don't know how yet.
I don't know how, but with my spider brain, I'm pretty sure.
Well, why he's going to help people
Figure
is that he's safely captured, and he can now undergo milking to extract venom, and they can study, antivenoms.
Well, I've got the proportional
for
brain
his
of a
poison.
spider.
And since he's the most poisonous spider, or most venomous. Sorry, you shouldn't say poisonous. Sorry, most venomous spider on this planet Earth. I guess it's a good thing. Hercules really is helping. He's like, "Come milk me, girls."
So this is just an excuse for him to get a handy.
Yeah, he's gonna get milked all day long, every day.
So, you said this planet Earth. What about Counter Earth?
I mean, Counter Earth.
What about Earth 2?
I don't know what's on Earth 2, but I bet you it's a lot bigger and a lot scarier. And one last story, real quick, I'm just going to fit in. I'm not going to go into any big detail on it, but from NPR, I just thought this was cool. There was another thing with twins. An Alabama mom is a 1 in a million when she delivers 2 babies, twins, but she had 2 uteruses. She had a very rare condition where she had 2 uteruses, so these 2 babies were growing in 2 uteruses inside her body.
So they were roommates?
They popped out, yeah. Roommates.
They didn't live together. They just, lived across... I don't like that fucker in the uterus. I don't like that fucker in the uterus across the way.
All right. That was my last one. That's why I just wanted to bring her up. It was in, Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh,
I think it was a painful
The mom's
birth.
kind of hot.
She is pretty. But like,
Oh, my other uterus. When does it end?
what is she? I don't know. I just thought it was neat. I'm hearing about all these new crazy things that, I didn't even know it could happen. I didn't know. I mean, I guess there's people born with 2 dicks, and sometimes,
Yeah,
so
it happens.
why not?
Those are the lucky ones.
If you had 2, would you save
Double
one?
pin.
If you had 2, would you save one for marriage?
No, I'd be double pinning all the time.
Probably annoying. It's like, God, jack off 2 days.
Why's it gotta do?
No, baby, I'm gonna give you the good dick because this
Does one?
It's our anniversary.
this one's premature.
Does one testicle supply one dick and the other testicle supply the other dick?
I just want. Can you have ED with one of your penises, but one penis be fine?
I don't know. The ones I've seen been super rock hard.
Yeah, because they're boring. I've seen the same videos.
Not seen that.
Have you? You've
I've
never
heard about it.
You've never seen porn with a dude with 2 dicks?
No.
Oh, yeah, I have,
I've
man.
heard, I don't know.
Well, you gotta specifically
People
search
talk about
for that.
I don't think you do.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm pretty sure I
you
stumbled.
just get it.
I'm pretty sure I stumbled across that shit when I was 15.
Well, that's not on my algorithm, apparently.
No, it's just stepsister stuck in dryer.
Yeah. Every time.
God, there's too much step porn. Why is that that's just proliferated? All right, I've got more animal shit from Futurism.com.
Let's do this one and then do some questions and some chatting. How about it?
All right. Scientists discovered dolphin with thumbs.
Is this the next phase in dolphin evolution?
What is going on?
I know. I'm telling you, like, they're
Behold, our
coming.
new cetacean overlord. A dolphin has been spotted with thumb-like appendages on its flippers
You're fucking
because the
kidding me.
world apparently wasn't weird enough yet. This is how it's written, guys. As Live Science reports, scientists at Greece Pelagocetacean Research Institute have twice seen the morphed marine mammal when doing boat surveys in the country's semi-enclosed Gulf of Corinth, and they're just as intrigued as we are. Quote,
Where are these thumbs at?
on its flipper. It was the very first time we saw this surprising flipper morphology in 30 years of surveys in the open sea. Pelagos scientific coordinator Alexandros Francis told Live Science, and also in studies while monitoring all the stranded dolphins along the coast of Greece for 30 years. Also known as the Corinthian Gulf, yes, as in that one book in the Bible, the region where the bethumbed creature was found is home to different types of dolphin, including the common dolphin, Rizzo's dolphins, and the striped dolphins. The rare specimen, Francis and his team witnessed, was a striped dolphin, Francis told the website.
I'm learning a lot of new types of dolphins.
Yeah, me too, dude. I didn't know there was more
And
than one.
apparently a new thumbed striped dolphin.
With some 1,300 striped dolphins cruising the waters of Gulf of Corinth. Now I'm just thinking about horny dolphins talking like, yeah.
What's he going to do with those thumbs?
Hold you down.
He's going to rule.
Of the Gulf of Corinth, the animals are cut off from the rest of their kind in the Mediterranean Sea, an isolation that may explain how this seemingly genetic abnormality came about. According to Francis, the thumb on the striped dolphin he saw and eventually photographed does not. Yeah, there is a picture where you can kind of see its little thumb.
I want to see.
I'll scroll up to it in a sec. Does not look like an illness at all, and could instead be the expression of some rare and irregular genes that stem from the isolated species interbreeding. Oh fuck!
Maybe it's evolution.
Evolution or inbreeding, like either way, it's
mean-
horrifying. They're either getting more intelligent or they're getting really dumb and
mean,
strong and mutating.
I know all the whales, like way, way back millions of years ago, they used to be. They evolved from animals that had legs and walked around on land.
All said,
And became these big ass giant monsters that swim around in the ocean.
All said, this thummy boy or girl, the scientist didn't specify a sex. The dolphin's not telling. Had no trouble keeping pace.
Never tell.
No trouble keeping pace with its pod, and was seen swimming, leaping, boat riding, playing,
Oh man, he's partying, dude.
along with others, slapping it. The Pelagos researchers described, as surprising as this thumbed Corinthian creature is, experts who spoke to Live Science said that dolphins technically do have fingers, and this one seems to be missing some rather than having extras. Yeah, because he's got a thumb.
When interviewed, the dolphin said his favorite bass lines of the play from Tales from the Punch Bowl by Primus.
Yeah, I started with Promise, and then I really got into Victor Wooten. That died.
I mean, I try my best, but I'm all thumbs.
Scientists have
Get
long
the fuck out.
Scientists have long known that cetaceans, or the group of marine mammals that includes dolphins, whales, and porpoises, evolved to have four limbs. That's Fore, not Four. Replete with exterior phalanges or finger bones, according to Swiss doctoral student Bruna Farina. Those bones are arranged into human-like hands that include thumbs, but normally those digits are concealed by the animal's flippers.
Let me see them digits.
It looks to me, Cooper continued, like the cells that normally would have formed the equivalent of our index and middle fingers died off in a strange event when the flipper was forming while the calf was still in the womb. While the dolphin's quote-unquote thumbs may look similar to the digits we sport on our hands, it doesn't appear to be opposable, which sets humans and our primate ancestors apart from the other animals. I feel like they're just saying that to assuage our fears.
Well, that's okay.
The hook-shaped thumb may have some bone, Cooper said. Again, as far as you know.
It does kind of scare me, though.
Yeah. But yeah, there you go. There's this little thumb right there. It kind of looks like a hand. Kind of looks like Danny DeVito from
Batman Returns. Yeah. Go check it out. Thumb Dolphin. So, all right.
Yeah, you'll call that God soon.
Yeah.
It's going to rule us. Which reminds me,
Never mind. I'm not even.
Anyway, okay, I got a question for you. Since going back to the video game stuff, like with that Sega announcement and all that stuff. What does I ask you guys, like, what's like a franchise, which I know, Michael, you love Silent Hill, but they're remaking Silent Hill 2. It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck.
Just let it die.
Konami's not gonna let it die. They only care about money. But what is like how about a game from like the 16-bit era when we were kids that you can't think of, that, you know, it's been kind of like forgotten, left behind. Since then it was good, and you'd like to see like
exactly what
come back, like them to make like a sequel, not remake it, but just like just continue the series, bring the IP back.
Pinball Adventure from NES. Not even 16-bit, 8-bit. I want to see a sequel to Pinball Adventure.
Pinball Adventure?
Dude, Pinball Adventure was the shit. It, like, you had little tables, and you had to do certain tasks, and you could get upgrades. Like, the first level, you have to knock down these graves and kill the skeletons that come out of them. Then you have to hit your ball up to the next part of the board and kill the king skeleton, like, so many times.
Huh.
And then after that, a door would open up so you could ascend to the next level. And there'd be like a little troll-looking thing where you could buy upgrades for, like, make your flippers more powerful so you did more damage when you hit things. Or do whatever, and you could try to do that, and it would be hard. You could try to steal from the thing and, like, attack him. And I guess it was random, how, like, if you were strong enough to do it and get stuff. But you could get, like, a stopper, so you wouldn't die, because you could die on the bottom level.
So it's like kind of like NES pinball. Remember the original pinball, black box pinball?
Well, you were actually trying to save, like, a princess or whatever, like a human princess, oddly enough, because you were...
Were you the ball?
You were the ball.
And
the next level
were
was
you
like...
fleshy? And have eyes?
No, on the box art...
He was fleshy? Would look
ball,
like Lolo?
No, on the box art, the ball has, like, a screaming skull in it. But, like, in the little
like
clips...
the most metal thing.
That's way cooler than Lolo.
In the little clips you would see, like, I guess after you beat the game, it just looked like a ball with a face.
Mm-hmm.
But, no...
I'm going to have to play this now.
Dude, it was fun. You could die if you went to the bottom board, because essentially what would happen is you had to keep going, ascending, but if you fell through, you'd go back to the other level, and you'd have to knock your ball back out the exit. So you could literally make it to the top and be sent all the way back down. But at the very end, I think you fight the devil.
The devil?
Metal.
So is it like Ghosts and Goblins, where you fight the devil and you fight Satan?
It's the devil, or it's the devil, where it's like a vampire or something, man. And he can actually he can kill you, because he can literally attack your flippers. And if your flippers fucking get
not if they have thumbs.
Yeah, if they get fucking destroyed, you're dead. Because he would, like, shoot attacks at your flippers, and that sucked. And then there was a cool ass multiplayer for it, where there was one that was like a gambling board, so you could, like, sit there and try to knock down, like, bowling pins and get bonuses and stuff. There was one that was golf, and if you triggered a certain thing and then knocked your ball in a hole, a gopher would come out of the hole. And
this was called Pinball Adventure?
Yeah. The best, though, was
How did I heard of this?
The best was the circus, man.
I haven't
The
either.
circus had, like, a bonus level where if you opened up the certain door, you could knock your ball into it, and then you were trying to, like, free animals from cages. It was awesome, dude. I love that game.
Sweet. Michael.
2D Earthworm Jim.
Yeah!
Oh, and not just be promised by all that. You remember all that fucking... Did y'all follow any of that Amico in television?
Yeah.
Bullshit. And supposedly that Tommy Tallarico guy had fucking... He supposedly had Shiny on board, where they were going to be making an Earthworm Jim game for it and shit. And where he just, like, hung out with him and took pictures with him. It's some kind of bullshit. I don't know. That's its own fucking story. But yeah, that part pissed me off the most, because I love Earthworm Jim, and then there was actually no Earth. I was like, why is it only going to be on this?
Yeah.
But then, like, but the animations they did create, or wherever he got those, they looked really cool. So I agree, that is really cool. And there was another one I was thinking of, is like Demon's Crest.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Or, like, yeah, because they've already brought out that newer Ghosts and Goblins game. You played that one? It's great.
I don't think I have.
It's on Switch and PlayStation and shit. But it's hard.
Oh, yeah.
But it should be. But it's mega hard. But I've seen some really awesome like speed runs, and like just guys just no damage runs through the whole game. It's nuts. But yeah, Demon's Crest, and then I was thinking, did you ever play Werewolf on NES, which is 8-bit era? But it's just a really cool like side-scrolling side-scrolling platformer, but you like transform into a werewolf, and he's like these weird. His arms look really weird. You can climb the walls and do all this cool shit. That would be really cool if they would make like a sequel to that game because it was so fun. It was a pretty badass game. I like it at least. And but do it like keep that style. Do it like Slain or Blasphemy or something like that with the the modern 2D retro kind of looking style, but keep it that way, but like make a sequel or some shit, which I'd want them to do Demon's Crest that way too. I wouldn't want them to do, even though Maximo was fun. You should play Maximo?
Yeah.
On PS2?
Yeah.
There's 2 of them. The second one wasn't as good. But if that was like a 3D kind of like Ghost of Goblins sequels.
I didn't play it a lot, but I played a little bit of it.
But I wouldn't want them to be, they would still need to be done like old school style, I think. That's how I'd want them done, I think. Dude, especially like Demon's Crest and shit, like,
I think they also need to do Clay Fighter, because that was fun. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Modern Eternal Champions.
Yeah,
like
as bad as that game was, the game is pretty bad, but we had a lot of fun with it. Dude, did you ever play Eternal Champions on Sega Genesis?
I don't know. Describe it a little bit.
It's a fighting game. It came out during the time of like Mortal Kombat and everything.
Oh, was that the one where
had like Xavier the Wizard and like the vampire character, and then the Trident was like a water lizardy Atlantis type guy. He looked kind of like some kind of weird lizardy fish type man, and then like I don't know. There's like a future guy.
I heard this had a sequel that I never played, but I also would like to see a modern. I'd like to see a modern sequel. Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Yeah,
Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Yeah,
I was about to
awesome. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I should have expected you to say that.
Oh, I love that game, dude.
Did I show you that collector's thing I got?
Oh yeah.
I did. Okay. Yeah.
The furthest I ever got to that was the last level. I got to the giant spider Dr. Tongue, like the last time he transforms into a giant spider. And I could not beat that motherfucker because I think I'd had one victim, and while I'd be fighting Dr. Tongue, like a vampire would go fly off behind like the skeleton door and eat the fucking bitch, and then I'd just always die.
Yeah, I could never. Don't you hate when a goddamn vampire comes in, flies through your skeleton door, and eats your bitch?
Yeah, you gotta get the skeleton key, man. Did you ever make it to any of the giant baby levels?
Yes, I hate them.
Yeah, they're hard as fuck, dude. Holy shit.
That game, I was never very good at that game.
Oh, dude,
You and I played it one time, and you were carrying me the whole time. But we played for a while. We made it really pretty far. I mean, I was surprised
dude,
I
remember.
lasted. Yeah,
because we made it. I think we made it at least to where they had like the Creature of the Black Lagoon character.
Yeah,
like the one where they're all over the fucking place.
Did you play the sequel?
No, that's what
Monster
I was
Patrol.
No, I never. I recently heard about it.
I think it came with that collector's thing, but like, they should do another one. Like, people didn't like the second one as much, but
that's probably why I never heard of it. But yeah, no, the first.
I think it was called Monster Patrol. Now I'm kind of wondering if that's what it was called.
I imagine they did make a new one, be like one of those analog shooters.
More overhead? Like top down? I don't know. What, playing like fucking Smash TV?
Dude, I think it would be cool if they did it where it could be up to 4 players. It still had sort of the same style. Maybe the graphics updated a little bit, kind of like akin to the upgrade of Street Fighter 2 to Street Fighter 2 HD.
Ghoul Patrol is what it was called. I was close.
But you keep the same original kids, make them look like, the 90s kids that they were, and then you also have 2. You could have it to where they go through a portal and go to the future or something. Monsters are attacking again, and then you have 2 other kids that are, Gen Z.
I guess this one wasn't as popular because Ghoul Patrol apparently was a running gun.
Oh yeah,
kind of like Contra and shit. So like, totally different. Totally different.
Yeah.
What is this? What do you call that? Like style? Like what Zombies Ate My Neighbors?
Oh, with like the overhead little.
Well, like just how it plays. It's almost like it was almost like a precursor to how a lot of like roguelike games play, except that like the stages don't change.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like the Binding of Isaac and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although the Binding of Isaac's got a little bit of like it feels like old Zelda 1 dungeon sometimes a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean, you can tell like a lot of those roguelike games kind of had like I think they kind of took some inspiration from Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
I feel like with the way like retro movies and stuff are like, and they're getting big again, it's the perfect time to bring it back. You know?
I just want sequels and shit. Like me and you were talking about the other like a day or so ago, Michael. Like remake games are getting bad as remake movies now. It's like I don't want any more remakes of classic good games that don't need to be remade. That you can go back and play, or there's ways to go back and play most of them. Most of the really great games.
Or just
I don't need another remake.
Just give me direct
Silent
ports.
Hill 2. I don't need a remake of that. Silent Hill 2 is good enough.
Give me direct ports.
Yeah,
because that's the way to do it. Give me a direct port of Zombies Ate My Neighbors for like Switch, the PlayStation, and Xbox, and then make the sequel. Get people hyped up with the original game. And be like, hey, now we're doing a sequel, kids.
Well, that's what I like about Limited Run doing all these, like bringing up. They've done a lot of these. They do a lot of stuff that would normally just been digital releases, and they do limited releases of physical copies. But lately, past couple of years or more, they've been doing physical releases of older games, doing collections.
Yeah.
Like bringing those collections, like the Castlevania collections and the Contra collections, bringing them all out in physical copies and doing like collectors. And they did the Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Did multiple versions. You could get like on any of the consoles, but then like pretty much I think it probably wasn't on PS5, but they also even did like cartridge. You could get a version with like a green Super Nintendo cartridge you actually play in your Super Nintendo, and like so that stuff is cool. But then now lately I heard something going on about people worrying about like their licensing with some of these older games because they're already having. They did a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure re-release of that game, which personally I think it's like a waste. LGN.
Okay.
And like,
aren't they defunct? Like
somebody owns the rights still.
Oh goddamn.
But well, I mean, I guess the people who own the rights to Bill and Ted, because all the Bill and Ted stuff's being pulled from like I saw another article where the movies and stuff are being pulled from Sony stuff, but then the games are being pulled off.
But
Sony available, the digital copies and limited runs. Like sorry. Like, there's nothing we can really do about it.
Not excellent.
Exactly. It's bogus.
That's why we're never going to reach that Nirvana world, dude, that, the Wild Stallions were supposed to bring us to.
Yeah. I haven't even seen that new movie. I heard it was good.
I don't either.
And again, not going to reach that Nirvana world that the Wild Stallions. But, wouldn't that just mostly be with movies, though? Like, the game rights can't be... For things that started as games, that can't be as difficult, I would imagine. But
I think there'd still be problems.
Yeah, but stuff was based off like movies and TV shows and things like that. Seems like there'd be big problems.
Yeah, like the ones those would probably be worse. But I think it could still come to like people who are buying the digital copies because they release the digital versions a lot of times too. When they're releasing all this other physical stuff. And like a lot of people, of course, buy them that way. And I would say stuff like, like Zombies Ate My Neighbors and the older games that might come up later where you can't get them. You know what I mean? They'd be pulled from fucking stores online. And that's why I get the physical ones. I'm like, that kind of stuff is going to...
Yeah.
It's just like with movies now, man, the streaming services. It's getting so ridiculous. I've gone back to... DVDs you can get next to nothing now, especially used. It's like I'm just buying movies and stuff that I want to watch again because I'm tired of fucking trying to jump through hoops with streaming services.
Same, and there's a big push for people to buy physical stuff. I can't remember, directors have been talking about how like they're really appreciative of people buying that stuff because now it's like you're essentially keeping it for posterity, because who knows if stuff that goes straight digital may be lost forever at some point.
Boy, we've already seen that happen. Like DC pulling that fucking Batgirl movie.
Oh well,
that's gone. That was done.
But it was done, but it never got released. Period. In any shape or form.
And now it's gone. Like, and there's you can't get that. It's stuff like that. But I mean, also pulling stuff. I mean, all their Netflix original shit. Like you can get some of that shit on DVDs. You could get Daredevil.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Daredevil for sale. You can buy The Witcher, but a lot of this stuff, they take it off. A lot of the shows, the original shows on there, they're gonna be gone.
To slightly change subjects, but be adjacent. Did y'all ever watch the Earthworm Jim cartoon?
Yes,
Yeah.
I loved that. That was great. And have you guys watched the fucking Castlevania animes yet?
I've watched most of the first one. I haven't watched the new one. That's with Richter, right?
Yeah, the new one's pretty good. I'm still mad that it wasn't Simon, but
No.
oh, you haven't watched it. So where are you at then, dude? In Castlevania season?
I can't even remember now.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I'm enjoying it, but it's like I just can't. I took a.
Hiatus?
Sometimes I fall off with that shit, and
Yeah.
and then I'll forget because there's so many different things I'm wanting to watch or whatever and play, and it's like I jump back and forth, and then I'll forget about one thing. Like I started Baki, the new stuff of Baki the Grappler.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it. I gotta go back to it.
So
Talk about a guest character for Tekken. It would be awesome.
that would be cool. I just beat Spider-Man 2, and I'm currently playing the Hellboy Web of Weird game.
Nice.
That's kind of fun. But yeah, so back to video games. Any more sequels that you can think of?
Let's see.
All right, here's a
Well,
question.
Sega's already bringing out some kind of Shinobi thing, so that makes me happy because I freaking love Shinobi, especially Shinobi 3.
Yeah. Here's a question.
That's a banger.
Boy, howdy.
Do you think a new Twisted Metal would be worth a shit, or do you think they've done everything they can do with Twisted Metal?
I think if they just went
It's been a while since they've done it, because they did that one thing a few years ago that was, kind of a remake or something?
You remember when?
I didn't really like that one.
You remember the one they did where it was like they made up that whole big ass story of supposedly the team died that made it, died in a plane crash and all that bullshit. You remember that shit?
I vaguely remember this.
Yeah. Well, that was the one on PS2, wasn't it?
Oh, was it Black? Because Black...
Twisted Metal Black.
I
yeah.
feel like the series peaked with Black.
Yeah,
I feel like Black is the
was
Twisted Metal masterpiece.
Black was like what brought them out of the doo-doo when 989 was making them for years. Like when 989 bought the rights or with the company or whatever.
Oh, yeah, they made like a Twisted Metal Junior or something.
Yeah, and
like that.
and they made I remember Twisted Metal. They made Twisted Metal 3, and that one was like dumb. The Calypso fucking rewards and stuff is like sent fucking what's his name? Oh, the guy Minion sent him. He wanted to go back to hell or something. I remember his stupid story ending, and he sent him to Hell, Wisconsin, or somewhere like that, or Hell, Minnesota, in the cold, or some stupid shit. It was just, yeah. Black was it redeemed the series, and I think that's the one that had all the weird backstory. They it was it was all
you had
a
a
promotion
beginning movie. I think you had a middle movie, and then you had your end.
Yeah, but it had all the backstory to the team that supposedly made the game, designed the game, or developed the game. They supposedly died and all this stuff, and I think it was all publicity. You know what I mean? Just to sell the game, but people thought that was true. I was like, I don't know if this is real. But, let's see. Trying to think.
Sweet Tooth killing?
No, the plane killed him.
The plane.
The plane crashed and killed them. But trying to think. I don't know. Y'all know got any other video game news? Anything cool?
Not any news, man. But okay, is there something that hasn't been adapted into a video game
Hasn't been adapted.
that you would like to see? Anything, any sort of whether it be any sort of existing IP or some sort of a game you haven't seen before.
Man, that's tough. There's probably something. I'm just gonna have to
Or
You have an
something that was done poorly that could be done better.
Oh, there's a lot of those.
Well, it doesn't mean I'm talking about existing though.
Oh, you remember that fucking Jet Li game, Rise to Honor?
Yeah.
Talk about if that game was done a little bit better. That game was cool, but it was I think it was ahead of its time. Using the sticks as you're fighting and stuff. The right stick was your moves and shit. Mm-hmm. That game was really cool.
I got a game for $4 at a Family Dollar.
Rise to Honor?
Yeah.
Recently?
I mean, probably 2020.
What the hell?
Was-
It was new?
Yeah, it was in a plastic. I don't know if they rewrapped it or.
Oh, yeah. I remember being in Walmart a while back and, like, I guess they found some shit laying around in the back. It had been back there forever. And it was like a box set of Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas all together. Still sealed, but it was like all like scuffed. The seal was all scuffed up and shit. It had obviously been in the back and they put it out for sale for like $20. But
Yeah, I got it was a long time ago, but box set of Mortal Kombat, Deception, Armageddon, and Shaolin Monks. It was in a box set for like $20.
that's cool. Shaolin Monks is freaking fun. They would need to
That's
do
a long
another
time
one of those.
See, yeah, that would be a cool updated. I mean,
What are you thinking?
it sounds a little basic, but I think, and I know they've done other things like because they've got Conan Exiles and stuff, but I'd like to see like another Conan adventure game. That
You know,
one that
I
was
like the one on Xbox. Ron Perlman talked.
yeah, the
right?
one that was
Yeah.
it was also on like PlayStation 3. It was good, but it was a little glitchy. But
It was fun
I want something like that, man.
because it wasn't great, but it was fun.
I
was
want
cool.
like a great Conan game, or give me more Robert E. Howard characters. You could give me something that it spans the ages. Go like Cull to Conan to Brack McMorrin to Solomon Kane and all that shit.
I got a game. I know Michael's played it with me. Did you know? I might need to play it with me sometime. It's called Tesla versus Lovecraft.
I have heard of this.
You play as Nikola Tesla, driving things like mech machines he's created.
Yeah.
And H.P. Lovecraft is the villain, and he's like releasing all these like eldritch monsters and beings across the world, and you're like fighting them with these big Tesla built mech you're driving around.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. It's like kind of like top down, like that one's pretty fun. See shit like that. Like there's been a lot of H.P. Lovecraft kind of esque stuff. Like I've got this one called Sinking City. I've been wanting to do like a stream or a video on because it's really like
Did you ever beat
Lovecraft inspired.
Did you ever beat the Call of Cthulhu game? Like it's fun, but there's not really a lot to it. It's more story driven than it is gameplay. Although there's some stuff where you have to sneak around that actually gets a little difficult.
Yeah, I don't think I've completed it all the way. Me and Michael were playing it together for a while. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's real story driven.
Yeah, I don't think there are any I don't think any ending is happy. Like, I know the ending I got.
Makes sense though.
I no, it does, but I think the ending I got, I stopped them from summoning Cthulhu, but I ended up in I lived, but I ended up in an insane asylum. That I think that's about the happiest you could get.
That's our Lovecraft.
That's all around.
I don't know, I think it feels like the coolest ending though, but it's anticlimactic considering you're trying to stop stuff. I'm pretty sure you can just be like, yeah, do the ritual, and then Cthulhu, shows up.
I want a
How's it going?
Andy Griffith video game, but an alternate universe where he rules his town with an iron fist.
And then you gotta be Barney Fife.
You have to be Barney Fife, and you got to stop him.
Does he only ever have one bullet?
Yeah, you have to always search around and find another bullet.
Yeah.
You get one bullet.
You only find one bullet at a time, like Resident Evil style,
but
uncovering.
He has a special bullet that he can't fire until he gets to Andy Griffith because he's carved Andy on it.
Yeah,
This one's for you,
and
Andy.
Emma Lou kissed it. You know,
You son of a bitch!
all these Andy Griffith references that most people are not going to probably get.
There was no murder in Mayberry until you turned your back on the law.
That reminds me of.
It started with Otis.
Did you ever watch the? I watched it with Riff Tracks. Breaker.
No,
The Chuck Norris movie where he's a truck driver.
he's a truck driver.
He's a truck
He
driver.
drives a big rig. That's just his flesh around it. It's just a Chuck Norris.
Yeah,
shape.
he drives himself. But no, it's.
I fuel it with roundhouses.
It's just reminding me because it's like a small town based around this small town where this guy runs it, and he runs it under his own jurisdiction and government, and he's the judge and everything.
Yeah.
And they rip people off and, you know, like screw people over constantly. But like,
And through the power of
And then through
Bowflex and roundhouses.
yes, Chuck Norris fucking brings justice. But anyway, it's good. Watch it with the riff tracks though. It's much better
Did
that
you
way.
ever see his missing in action movies?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen at least 2.
I've got a
of them.
Canon collection in there. Canon Films collection.
Yeah.
It's got a ton of Chuck Norris movies. It's got Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren on there. It's got, I mean, Canon. You can't go wrong with Canon Films, dude. Like,
Tell me, He-Man.
Cobra,
is
everything
the
on there.
loneliness of good equal to the loneliness of evil?
yeah, like Cobra. You remember Cobra, right?
Yeah.
Early Stallone movie.
Yeah.
And
Which made me sad that it had nothing to do with G.I. Joe when I was a kid. I was like,
but isn't that the one? That's the one, right? With the crazy scene, him like running over the dude's head with the car. Isn't that Cobra?
I think so. I can't remember, though.
Exploding
Yeah, I'm thinking of.
over the top.
No.
Yeah, one of the best Stallone movies because it's so bad. Dude, unironically, I think my favorite Stallone movie is probably Tango and Cash, and that's because of Kurt Russell.
Tango and Cash, and the Rambo, like the 2008 or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah, like Rambo 4 or
Pretty
whatever,
much,
essentially, where he's an old man.
Yeah.
But not the one that's after that, which I hear is fucking god-awful.
Oh, is it? Yeah, it's like it's like in America, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in America and Mexico, I think, because remember at the end of the one, he goes back home. He goes back home
to see his dad.
and I guess he's got somebody working for him on the ranch or whatever he's got, and her daughter gets captured, and he's got to go to Mexico and beat up some cartel people, and it's just awful from what I hear.
No, they should have stopped with the
They should have.
the
It was
one.
good, and
That was
oddly
the
enough,
way to end it, man. That movie was so badass.
and oddly enough, Balboa was great too.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been a huge Rocky fan.
the Creed
but
movies. Well, besides, I haven't seen the third one. I heard the third one's kind of out of
No, the third
character.
I didn't think so. I thought
You
the
didn't?
third one was pretty good.
Oh, did you?
Like, my kid fucking loves
I
all the
loved
Rocky
Creed and
movies
Creed
and
too.
the Creed movies. Like, he made me take him to go see the third one in the movie theater. And he was, I want to go see that. I was like, fine.
Let's do it.
And I
Ben
enjoyed
sat
it.
here and watched it with one of the kids, like all of the Rockies, like all in a row one day,
Yes.
one weekend.
Some of my mom's favorite movies, so I got fond memories of Rocky.
Those and Friday the 13th. Watching when you're 3 years old for the
4
first
years
time.
Did you ever have, like, nightmares of, like, Sylvester Stallone trying to box Jason? Jason.
That would be an awesome dream.
Yeah.
No, I told you, dude, the thing that made me hate Superman for a little bit when I was a kid was had a nightmare. And I had a nightmare, and because of like the most live action thing I had seen of Superman was Dean Cain as Superman. Dean Cain was Superman. Chucky the murderous doll had kidnapped me. I'm 7. He had a knife to my throat, like, Superman's gonna save me. He's like, whatever. Dean Cain Superman busts in, and then Chucky just whips out this kryptonite rock and slits his throat. Bleeds everywhere. I fucking wake up instantly. I'm like, Superman sucks.
He didn't save my life at all.
I was so mad.
Kryptonite
Couldn't
knife.
beat this doll.
Chucky would do that.
With Superman?
Like Chucky fucking killed Superman.
Another game I'm ready for, and it's not coming out till like August, is that, you heard of the Black Myth Wukong?
Yeah.
About the Monkey King? Oh man, this game looks so good, dude.
I've seen a few things about that. Didn't they do a game before this?
I'm not sure.
Or has it been in development forever? Because I know
This
I
game's
saw...
been in development for
Okay,
for
then I've seen like a
while.
trailer for it from forever ago.
Yeah, and gameplay and stuff.
And then I never saw it come out.
yeah,
During
because
the pandemic. Show
I
They
feel
started
like,
working on
like
it, yeah.
years ago, I know I saw something. I was like, man, that looks awesome.
but it looks epic as fuck, dude. And like, I hope it lives up to the hype, because I've been waiting for it.
I've been waiting to be a monkey man.
I love Monkey King shit, dude. Like when he throws his shit, I really like. Never mind.
I forget what they have the monkey humans and Elder Scrolls and the Southern or what's the Southern
Or to the east,
Yeah, Akavir.
right? Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, it's somewhere in Akavir because they've got the serpent. They've got the serpent men. The serpent men, the tiger men, the monkey men. But I've always wanted to be able to be like the monkey people.
Well, now I'm going to talk about the frogmen.
And then they fight.
Battletoads. Battletoads is another one.
Yeah, it's east of Tamriel. So like east of Morrowind and all that. Yeah, there's like those ice. Demons. They call them ice demons. They wake up during like those winters and they come down and attack.
Yeah.
And the monkey race like has to fight them off every like so many years or whatever. There's some cool shit going on. Like I like how they incorporated like. I wish they would just go into something with Akavir in those stories because, like, the Syasil or Syaci or whatever the hell they're called, the snake men race that are from there, like they're like, one of them is like integral in like the fucking main history of like Tamriel. He was an advisor to the emperor, and the emperor was assassinated, and he took over as how you say that, potentate or whatever, potentate or whatever, like for the emperor after he was assassinated. So there was a snake man essentially ruling Tamriel for a certain short amount of time, and like, but they just haven't.
No, I know, man.
And like, it's still going to be a while. It's going to be a while before Elder Scrolls 6. They're supposedly in 2024. They're bringing out this huge, I guess, to hold people over, this huge add-on to Skyrim. From what I've been reading.
Yeah? And what does that entail?
Let's look it up here.
Well, see, my son just started playing that, and it's got fishing and stuff on it now. And some other stuff that I don't remember.
They actually did themselves, but like...
because I keep wondering when this next Elder Scrolls game is going to be. Like, is it going to be a small time jump, or is it going to be hundreds of years again? Because I want to know if we're going to actually, if the war between the Empire and the Altmerry Dominion is still raging, and if not, I quickly want to discover how it went. But I think whatever they do, if you can somehow work in like a DLC that was like an expedition to Akavir, and even if it was just a small part of Akavir, make that like the hint for the next game that we'll all see when we're 80. But I don't know, man. So are you trying to look up and see?
Yeah, I'm seeing if I can find it again. Like I saw an article and I read a little bit of it. Like
I don't know if I want to fucking have to sit there and do another playthrough just to play a huge add-on, and it better have some story.
It might not. It might be a bunch of bullshit, but it looked like it. Yeah, it looked like it was like almost like it was like a big, supposedly like a big add-on. But I'm not really.
All right, so
I could be totally wrong.
How do you think that's going to go too? Because obviously, like the way it usually plays out in the Elder Scrolls games is you didn't do any of the like guild quests. You know what I mean? Like the Dragonborn probably didn't do the Dark Brotherhood or the Companions quest, but somebody did. You know what I mean? Like somebody went through that whole quest line, but usually they did all of the main quests. So that would be defeating Alduin, doing the Dawnguard stuff, and
are you talking about how the lore plays out?
Yeah, and going against Mirak. So obviously he's going to kill Alduin.
The Dragonborn is going to be the Alduin and the Mirak part, obviously.
Well, yeah, but he probably also did Dawnguard too, I would imagine. I would think, but maybe
probably,
not.
Maybe, yeah.
But so that
possibly.
So he probably beat Alduin, obviously. But then that's the other thing too.
But the Dark Brotherhood, the Thieves Guild, that's going to be a different person.
So do you think if he did do the Dawnguard stuff, do you think he got turned into a vampire? Do you think they'd go that route?
I don't know. I think they might make that a different hero.
They might. Well, all right. Do you think he defeats Mirak? Or
although that is a big story and a big like.
He could.
That's like a world-threatening.
He could become he doesn't have to necessarily join the vampires. He could still take down. Was it Harkon?
He was probably part of the Dawnguard. I would say if they actually might use the Dragonborn because it's such a huge story and it's such a huge threat to the entire world that Dragonborn might be part of that. And I'd say he's part of the Dawnguard and fucking took him down. I don't think he turned into a vampire anymore.
All right. Well, do you think I'm sure he beat Mirak, but when he beat Mirak, do you think he decided to serve Hermaeus Mora, or do you think he didn't? Because I feel like the route it either goes is he either becomes a slave to Hermaeus Mora, or if he doesn't,
I don't think there is a winner between the Imperials and the Stormcloaks. I think probably what happens is when you negotiate that ceasefire in the game, I feel like eventually after Alduin's defeated, you at some point you probably become Emperor because Skyrim still had a high.
Well, you still have to finish the war.
You don't have to though. I mean, and just because it's in the game doesn't mean there's going to be somebody that wins. I feel like what they're going to do is.
And the Emperor is assassinated.
Yeah. And the High King, so there's still a High King of Skyrim even when the Empire rules Skyrim, right? There's still like the High King, he's just under the Emperor.
Yeah.
So I feel like what they would do is Ulfric would probably actually swear allegiance to the Dragonborn and call off the Civil War. I assume he would be like, the blades already serve you. You're probably going to end up being the Emperor. And then with the Civil War...
It only makes sense for him to become the Emperor because the Emperor is always Dragonborn.
Yeah, and that's why the blades would want to serve
the blood.
you. And that's why the blades...
Usually.
That's why the blades would want to serve you, but then I don't know who becomes High King because...
After Uriel Septim in Oblivion, there wasn't any more Dragonborns as Emperor, but...
But I imagine either you become the Empire and they maybe vote you High King too. You could be both. But you're probably the Emperor, and then they do the moot, and somebody becomes High King.
Yeah,
which
but
I doubt it's Elisif or Ulfric.
And they're going to have to do something to finish the whole thing with the Thalmor and all that shit. They're going to have to do something with that, no matter what direction they go with the Dragonborn.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But where do you think that goes?
I don't know, because this is the first game that they jumped forward 200 years.
Yeah.
Morrowind was Oblivion was only 30 years after Morrowind or some shit. And Daggerfall was not that long because Uriel Septim from Oblivion.
Yeah.
The 7th, wasn't it?
Yeah. The Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart. He was Emperor in Daggerfall. He was Emperor in fucking Arena.
Oh, yeah?
Because that's when Jaeger Tharn puts him in that pocket dimension.
Oh, yeah.
And disguises himself as the Emperor and starts fucking all kinds of shit up, posing as the Emperor and shit. And so yeah, they all happened within not too many, maybe a couple of decades of each other.
I hope they don't make a huge jump because I kind of want to see.
I don't want another jump. You know what I mean? Because this one's 200 years after Oblivion.
Yeah, I don't want a huge jump, but I'm saying I don't even want a decades jump. I'd 1 to 5 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me know and just give me the highlights. Is the war still going on? Is that going to pay? And if it's going to play a big part in the next game, cool. If not, let me know who won or who's winning, and let me know what happened to the Dragonborn. Because you pretty much figure out what happened to all the other fucking heroes. I
don't have a whole lot of fucking faith in Bethesda anymore.
Fair. I've heard Starfield sucks. I have not played it.
The reviews are now coming out, and people are trying to act fanboys are trying to act like people are just going and review dumping it, but it's the bad reviews are coming now because it's a long game. People are just now finishing it. It's been out for months.
I've heard it's boring. It's empty or whatever.
Yeah, and so now it's starting to tank on reviews. And it's you wasted all this time on this fucking game. You could have been making an Elder Scrolls and doing something with your biggest IP besides Fallout.
Why do they still let the motherfucker? Is it Todd? What's his name? Todd Howard? What's the name of the?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why does he still fucking run that thing? And do you have any faith in this Fallout show? You think it's going to be worth a shit?
It looks cool, but a teaser can always look cool. I've seen a lot of trailers that were super awesome, and the movie sucked balls.
I've seen a lot of trailers too that sucked, and the movie was great.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I mean, there's enough substance. There's enough background, including the old games who was an Interplay or whoever made the original Fallouts, and all the way back. So they've restarted it. So but they got all this shit to play with. They could pull from, they could put in Easter eggs from the old ass shit, and they just got. It could be really cool. Whether they'll do it well, who's doing it? Is it Amazon?
Yeah. but I think Todd Howard's a producer.
What if he's a producer? I mean, he's going to have say because he's. But I don't know. Producers are usually like pretty much the
They
guys
have
that
some
pay
say,
for
but
it.
I don't know who.
When they're paying, they're putting the money up, right?
Yeah, who wrote it? I wonder.
What to look that up? I'll look that up. Michael, is there anything you want to see or coming out, or that is coming out that you're excited about, or read about, or you give a shit about, or you just you know? Who?
There's a new. There's like a budget title, but Contra.
Oh
Is
yeah,
there?
retro.
Fuck yeah.
yeah, a new Contra, and it actually looks cool as shit.
Yeah.
Because that one that came out like a year or two ago, that game blew. The one with the panda. One of the characters you could play with was like a panda and a fucking Rambo bandana or some shit. I can't even remember what he was. It was terrible.
All right, so do you know anything about this, man? Like, what's...
I saw a quick trailer, but it, like it looked like the old school forest level,
Yeah.
and it looks pretty retro.
What's your favorite Contra game?
Probably the first one for this nostalgia.
I like the first one, man, but my favorite...
What one?
Are
Are you talking about Contra
he
still,
said
sir?
his favorite's the first one, but my favorite one I think is Alien Wars. Like, I love
Alien Wars is the first one is awesome. Super C is pretty cool, but my favorite's probably Alien Wars or Hardcore. The first one always have a special place because it was the first one I ever played. One of the first NES games I ever played, besides Super Mario.
I, I didn't get to a crack at that till later. I didn't have a lot of shit on the NES.
Well, it was like
played
somebody
Alien-
else. I got to play somebody
fuck out of
else's
Alien
game.
Wars.
Geneva Robertson Dworet and Graham Wagner are co-creators. Serve as executive producers, writers, and co-showrunners. Nolan directed the first 3 episodes.
How bad was
Who's Nolan? Are they talking about?
Not Christopher Nolan, I hope.
But they're not saying the first name. It just says Nolan. Let's see.
How bad did the Halo show suck?
I didn't watch it because I didn't have the fucking
Did you not?
streaming service.
Oh, I thought you watched the Halo show and you're the one who told me it sucked.
Well, I heard that they however you want to say it, they unhooded fucking John, Master Chief.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's part of the reason.
No.
That's part of the reason the last Dread movie's so fucking good, because Carl Urban never takes his fucking helmet off.
Yeah, that's Master Chief. You don't see Master Chief's face. And they fucking, from what I hear, they showed him.
And that's why, that's part of the
No,
reason.
you ruined it. You blew it.
Part of the reason the Judge Dredd Stallone movie sucks, because he...
I gotta show my face. I gotta show my face.
No, you don't. You're Judge Joe Dredd. Shut the fuck up.
I didn't know his name was Joe.
Yeah, Joe Dredd.
How did you know who else his name is Joe? The ninja in fucking...
Ugly Kid?
No, yeah, that too, yes. But the ninja in Shinobi, his name's Joe Musashi.
Oh, awesome.
He's a badass.
I knew him as Joey.
Joey Musashi?
Little Joey.
You knew him as Joey?
Yeah.
Little Joey?
Mhm.
Oh, man, now I want to play fucking Shinobi 3. But we're about at our ending time here. We're at 1 hour and 33 minutes. So, thanks for joining us, Michael. Once again on the Horse Look Review. Jake, love you.
That was my attempt.
It was your attempt,
Horse.
but you fucking blew it.
I'm not Dick Horsey.
You're not Dick Horsey, and you don't
Yeah.
provide hairs.
And claiming that they're
You
getting
haven't given me a
hairs.
bit of hair. You got plenty to go around.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Give me your secret Yeti hair.
Yep. Well, see you next time. Later. Meow.